journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we've had a question about Oracle. Remember, Oracle had these fantastic earnings back here on September the 8th and 9th. Stock market moved up, and you can see what it's done since that time. It's now backed off more than 10%, okay, from the move that we had right here. Now, this is an ABCD pattern, okay? If we look at this going back to, let's just take the last major low that we had right back here, and we're going to measure it two ways. We're going to take this low to this high to see what the 382 is. That comes into this gap area right here. I think it's got a potential to get to that. But we also have a move from that low. And as you can see, the sixth, we're at the 50% level now, but this market is acting weaker than the market now, folks. Before it was the big leader. Remember looking at this on the weekly, you know, it was the greatest thing in the world. A guy made $100 billion on one day. Well, out of that $100 billion, they've taken $600 billion away from him, or $600 million away from him. So that's it. So I don't know. We didn't make an ABCD on the upside. You see it missed it by quite a bit. We'll double check it here. But I am not bullish the stock. Well, I'm bearish the market, so it shouldn't be bullish anything. But there's your ABCD measured here to, what are you talking about? 358 it measured to. The high on the stock was, are you ready? Ring the bell here at 350, what the heck was it? 345. So it missed it by 13 bucks. And now this is where we are right now. So I can't be a buyer of Oracle in here because it is a weaker market stock. You can see over the last 6 or 7 days with the market going up, that's been going to the downside. So we'll take a look at that as we look at it. All right, let's get to what really counts is the gold market, because I really thought we had what I thought was a really great trade here today, folks. And usually the ones I like the best are the ones that are least to worry about. This is the gold. All right, now here was my trade. We had this big high. We dropped $75 last night. And I know some folks did this because they told me that they got filled because it stayed here for an hour. There was your ABCD right at the 382 there at 50. Where is it at? Right there. There was the low. There was a 350. Now, it stayed there for just about an hour. Made $10, okay? From that low, if you go back to the low right here, to the high that made, you see it pull back right here to the exact 382 right there, and then it took off. Now, we had a rule this, if you're risking $10 and make $10, this would have made $10, but a lot of people didn't, and of course, we would have been stopped out right there, which we were, but look what's happened since that time, folks. You think these numbers don't mean something? Shut the front door and raise the rent. Let me just show you this one. From your low right here to the high right there, you're going to see I just drew it in twice. There's your 382 exactly. How far did it drop? It went down from 82 down to 6, dropped $22, and now it's rallied up. Folks, this is not acting bearish right now, even though it had a $70 break, and that was a big number, folks. Remember, I believe that was on the 60-minute chart that we were watching it. Yeah, there. No, it was on the 4-hour. Let's get it up here so we can see it better. There it is right there. Now, it's got a chance to get up here one more time at 39.13. That's how close. So far, the high has been 3899.2. But I believe where we're going is to 913. I see that that's possibly it there. I thought this might be it. It didn't back off enough. It stopped right here. And so you can't be bearish until you see that. You've got to take chances because when they work pretty good. And when they don't work for, well, that's not saying very much, is it? Okay, let's remember that. All right, let's get this out of the way here. And I want to talk to you more about the gold market. Let's get this up here in the long-term weekly, okay? We've been going up forever, folks. You see how straight up we've been going? It keeps going higher and higher. This stopped at 360 for a couple of days and keeps going higher and higher and higher. This is the weekly. What we're going to do now is switch over to the monthly, all right? There's our move into monthly. This is a big move, folks. Let's just look at this from the beginning, okay? Something is happening, and I think it's important. Well, I always think it is, but sometimes it isn't. Okay, the low in the gold, all right, was back here in 2001 when Tom O'Brien, our fearless leader, we lost him a few years ago, said he's buying gold at 232. I believe it was March of that year. Gold had been in a 21-year bear market. It topped in 1980, and it bottomed in 2001. That's 21 years it was in a bear market. Then we went up and we took out the old highs at 860 right here to just about $1,000 an ounce, and then we backed off to the 382. Then we made a new high in August of 2011 at 1900, and then we came down for 4 years into 2016, 5 years. Okay, that level right there, you can see these numbers. I put too many of them in here, but that's what we're looking at. But here's where we are now. Now, you know, and I know that all the commercials out there are to buy gold, buy gold, buy gold, buy gold. Well, that's what you should do, is buy gold, because it's been going up ever since. The problem is trying to find somebody that wants to try to sell it. Okay, that's the problem. So here's my premise that I'm working on. This is basically the ultimate flight to quality, probably other than cryptocurrencies. Okay, that's my guess. So I don't know enough about cryptocurrencies to even make a comment about them. I rely on John Jameson for that. But let's take a look at the euro and the U.S. dollar. Okay, now I'm going to bring this up here. This is the dollar. Okay, this is the dollar. Now this is, remember, walk me through this because I want you to see what we're looking at. This is the correlation, the inverse correlation of the U.S. dollar. As the U.S. dollar goes up, down, the price of gold goes up. That's what that's telling you right here. Now, there was the high, there was your high that we had there at 1900. There's the one from 2011. You can see it topped in here. Now we're coming, you see this big steep move like this, folks? This is the dollar index versus the gold miners. And of course, gold is even worse than this. You see that really high correlation? But what people are not looking at, if you look at it the other way, this is where they get some trouble. I want to inverse this to show you what happens. And you'll see just a second, because when you see it, what they tell you in the news is not the same as what's happening. Because you look at it this way, it doesn't look like there's very much correlation at all. Look at that. This is going up, that's going down. This is up, this is down. That's what the difference is. So we have to be prepared to do what? This is the dollar index right here. All right, that should be bottoming right in here. So what we got to do is we got to find a place to try to get short the euro. And that's what we're going to do here when we come back from the break, because I think it's got a real chance in here. And that's what we're waiting to see, if that chance is going to be either the Chance Brothers, slim or none, or it's going to be a good trade. No matter what, we'll have control of it on the risk side of it, but we will be ready for it no matter what we're watching. So stay tuned.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
I had the Arnold Schwarzenegger of women.
Okay, hold on, folks. I'm right here. We're going to take a look at the euro right now. This is the daily. We're looking at a potential monster trade here in the euro over a longer period of time. This is a 60-minute chart, but what we got to do now, we're going to take you back into time. We're going to look at the dailies. Okay, there's the dailies that you're looking at. I want you to see this number right up here at 119.30. You see that number? Because we have to pay attention to that, because what we're going to do now, we get in our time machine and we're going to go back and look at the monthly, and we'll get the monthly chart up in here right now. And if you move this over, you can see we've talked about how the patterns work. This proves pattern recognition and Fibonacci numbers. This is the largest traded thing in the world that we all know. So I don't have to worry about teaching anybody. They don't work all the time, but nothing does. But here's where we are right now. We took out last month's high, folks, at 1191. You see that? And it's trading at 175 right now. That means with a high probability, this has completed, because we took out that several weeks ago. All right. And what we've been doing now is we've been coming down. So you go back to the daily and you're going to look at the daily. And here's where we are with the daily. You look at this. I'm going to bring it. See, we're in the first. We got 1, 2, we're 3 days up. Okay. From the high that we made right back here. So I'm going to bring this up and just go through the daily. There's that number we were looking at that came in at 1922. That's just within a heartbeat of this number. Okay, so we'll get rid of all this stuff. And what we're looking at right now is we're going to come and take a look. Look at this. We had a 1, 2, 3 day rally here. And we're having a 1, 2, 3, 4 day rally here. So hold on one second here. We'll get up here and take a look at that. From this low, high to low, is right there where we're trading right now on the daily. Okay, now what I did in my trading for you guys, or the guys that subscribe with me, all right, we sold this hold on just a minute so I can get this up here, get in the same page here so we can see where we were. because this was an hourly. We want to do the hourly chart, and that was way back here. See, we were selling the 382 of this whole move right here, and what I did was from this high to this low, shut the front door and take a rent here, and we'll get this up here, and we'll move over. There's your 382 from that level right there. I'd sold this 382 on this one right here. And I had my stop right above that, which we got stopped out of for a $400 loss. But now we're going to have another chance to come into right here. This is a bearish pattern, folks. This is a monthly pattern. That's a monthly high. We took out the high on a monthly basis. We have someone that's helped me this morning, said, do you ever look at a monthly chart? And he showed me the monthly chart on this, and I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even believe that I'd missed this darn thing. I almost never look at monthly charts. You know me, I'm micro man. So here's where we are with the euro. So what we're going to do now is to try to find a place where we want to be short the euro. Now, this is over the last few days, and as you can see, the pullbacks that we've had from your high here to your low came right exactly at the 382. Okay, that was yesterday. Okay, now that was at our break-even point, and I probably, if I'd been watching a little closer, I would have said, let's cover this. But here again, I was not looking at that longer-term period because it's got a chance that we're doing it right now. Hold on, one of our trades that we have on is working, and it's making a little noise. But here's what I would be doing today, folks, and I will be doing it in just about 5 more minutes. We've got an AB equals CD pattern. Shut the front door and raise the rent, and we'll get this up here. And then I'll turn this beeper off, and you'll see what I mean. There's where we are. We're almost there. We are there right now. So I'm going to sell. We just took this high out by just a little bit, didn't we? All right, I'm going to sell the euro right here, folks, at 125.59, okay? I'm going to put a stop up here at 117.75. So I'm going to sell it there, and the reasoning is it's just got a lot of stuff. Now the beeper's going off, so bear with me here, and we want to say what's going on here with this crude oil because we did a nice little scalp trade here in the crude oil a little bit using the old ABCD formula, and as you can see, there was the ABCD perfectly, A, B, C, D. Okay, and now we've almost reached our first profit objective. Okay, as a matter of fact, we are down $500, so that would be your first profit objective on this trade. There's a perfect A, B, C, D. There's others in here, but this was the one that was showing up today. And look at this, it went up, almost made a new high, but it didn't. And so that's it. But the trade that I like, of course, is that one right there. Now, stock market stuff, folks, you should talk to somebody else because I'm so bearish, no one should even listen to me. And most of them don't, which is a good thing, I think. So I do have something that I would like to share with you because this might be a key or it might not be the key. The second largest of all the stock indices to trade is the Russell. Paula T is going to be my guest here at the break. This is the Russell now. What we're going to do is we're going to go and look at this on the long term. There was that triple top. If you remember, we already covered that up in here. That was on the weekly, I believe. We made that huge triple top from way back when, even way, you'll see it just a second here. There's the triple top. There's top 1, top 2, top 3. And there's where we were up there, if you remember, at 2,500. We're now at 2,431. We're down 3 weeks already. And it really hasn't gone very much. You can see there was the ABCD. It's only, there was a high, the high was 20, the fill was at 24.92, and here it is at 24.30. So what we're looking at now, and I want to show you this from, and why I think the market could break from, really serious. All right, let me move over, and I'll get this over here like this. Okay, all the way up here, this market, there was your first 382 retracement was right there. That gave you the A, B, C, D. You had another one right here, and you had another one, another 382 right there. Okay, I'm going to show it to you because I think it's important. You'll see it right there. That's that 382 is right there. That's at 23.25. That's 100 handles from where we are right now. That's at 24.30 now. This is it. When we go below this level right here, I'm going to put the beeper on because we have to talk about this. If sometime in my lifetime it does happen, that's going to tell us that this market is getting ready to do a flying Melinda to the downside. It will be the first time we broke a 382 since Hector, our little dog, was 13, and that dog is moving on to be 26 pretty soon. Anyway, intraday, You can see intraday, it has been the weakest for quite some time. We talked about that level once before. There was the big high right there. You see the ABCD came within 1 point of the exact ABCD. There was your first 382. Yesterday, our retracement came right up to the 61. Then it broke this morning. You can see we had a little rally from all the other stuff. You see how it's weaker than the rest of the market? This is the Russell 2000, which is 2,000 of the smaller companies. So that's what we're watching here. Now, what this is going to do now, just by looking intraday, of course, and remember, each of these stock indices are different. You can't do the Dow Jones with this because the Dow Jones is, triple weighted stocks, worth hundreds of dollars. Most of these stocks are $10, $20, $30. So as you look at this from your high down to your low, there's your high right here. We should be at some type of a support here right at this ABCD level right now. And if you do from the high to your low, you'll see we're probably saying, well, we're a little below the 618, which is an interesting sign. So looks like it's still going lower. This is the one I'm the most bearish of, folks. But like I said before, and you've listened to me many times, this margin debt is going to be not now, but 2 weeks. I don't know when it's going to be. When that margin debt comes, you're not going to be, it's going to be like this, folks. This is what it's going to be like. Okay. So just be really careful because it's going to be really nasty when it finally does happen. Remember this one.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstadt's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstadt releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
What you guys smell there? We got a fire going here.
I just smell it. It's a real fire. Wow, it is. Okay, folks, we might have a little... PT, are you on the line today?
I'm here, baby.
Okay, you might be short-lived. You might have to do it yourself because we have a little bit of electrical problem right now. So tell us what you're looking at today, PT.
As I mentioned to you the other day, I teach traders to connect to their money, right? You got to stay on top of everything. And I did not think I needed to stay on top of monitoring the 3 credit reporting agencies, except maybe once a month or every couple months. I had a freeze on my credit reports. And well, unbeknownst to me, the credit agencies were hacked this past summer, and all the freezes were removed on all the accounts. And somebody stole my identity last Friday. So I'm just sharing this with you guys that you got to stay on top of this stuff even more than, I thought I did. So, just be careful out there. All right. So this happened through U.S. Bank. They opened a couple accounts in my name. And when I went to one of the branches, they said it's just nonstop. So be careful, guys. All right. Especially with your trading accounts. Don't give out information. Don't leave everything online. Just really get a VPN on your computer, which I have had for years. You got to be careful. Don't do stuff on your phone if you don't have a VPN on your phone. So, fortunately, they didn't get into my accounts, but that might have been the next step. I don't know. So just be careful, folks. All right. I care about all of you. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. And the second thing is that we were talking about this last week. We get into trading and we think we know what we're doing, but just like obviously we think we know what we're doing, because otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. But you got to bear in mind, especially with today's markets, what worked yesterday or last week or last year may not work today or tomorrow. So that means that what we know, what we've been using, may become obsolete to some degree. So we always have to be open to learning and improving our perspective and being as objective as we can be, just given today's markets and today's political climate. So, if you guys have any questions about that, just feel free to give me a call at 760-636-4290 or send me an email through my website, paulatweb.com. So, this is just something to keep in mind. All right.
Yeah, we live in an electronic world, and you get a dinosaur like me, it's really difficult. Like, I can't even go to a restaurant that doesn't have someone to take your order, where they has to do with apps and these little codes, Q codes and stuff. I have a real difficulty with that, and but you got to be prepared for it, because we live in interesting times, which is a curse of the old Chinese variety, of course. So I think it's very, very important. Now, you said sometime in October you think the book will be out. Is that correct?
I'm working on it fast and furious, let me tell you. I'm all moved. I'm all settled in. Got my computer set up. So, yeah, we're working on it every day.
Well, folks, I don't know. Paula and Mark have been very close to me for 40 years, and a little more than 40, actually. And one thing that Mark was really religious about was his trading stance, or his mantra. So every day when he came in, he got me started doing this. And that is, we have a situation where if you really want to get locked on or being prepared for trading, you should have a routine that you go through, whether it's like Michael Jordan did certain things when he was shooting free throws, so did Larry Bird. You want to do the same thing with trading. And my mantra, which I've told you guys before, is I read 1 page a day of Trading in the Zone. And I do that every day. At the end of the year, I've read the book 2 times. And I've gone through every page. I mean, I've gone through most of the things that are important to me. Mark shared with me in his little trading cards that he had, certain things to look for, especially when you have a problem, like you want to pull the card too easy, you want to enter the markets too quickly or something like that. You have to have a reason to actually do that. Am I correct, PT, on doing that? He did it every day. I watched him do it because he traded with me.
Absolutely. I mean, he started, with making his coffee in the morning, and then, he had a cup of coffee and, a bagel and cream cheese, and then he started his mantra. I mean, that was, he definitely did not deviate from that, and that's what all traders have to do. You have to have your own personal regimen or routine, whatever word you want to use, to get you started and to get you in that zone. So you're focused as a trader.
That's right. This business is 85. Well, it's probably closer to 90% mental. I really believe that, because if you're in the mental frame of mind, even if you mistake, you'll correct it right away. If you're not in the right mental state of mind, you'll sit there and it'll turn around and bite you on the rear end, and you don't want to let that happen. Even professionals, well, if I am a professional, I still make mistakes like that. The thing is, I don't beat myself up over the mistake. I just move on to the next trade, because I know the next trade will be the one that probably will, give me some profit, and I'll be able to, hopefully live comfortably for the next 45 minutes if that's the case. But anyway, those are the things that I think are important. Now, PT, when you did the book, some of those stuff will be in the book, correct? On those things that Mark did?
Yeah, some of the flip cards, which were in the process of getting printed to make for sale, some of that information will be in the book. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to duplicate everything on the flip cards in the book, because it would be pointless. But the most pertinent ones, the ones that Mark used, and the ones that I use to this day, are going to be detailed a little more deeply in the book, as to why you need to think this way and what benefit it's going to bring to you financially. Mm-hmm. So so I'm getting pretty stoked about the book. It's going to be really good, and you guys will be very happy that you were very patient with me to wait for it to be published.
Also, you have a Saturday radio show, don't you?
Yes, I do. Well, it's on.
Tell the folks how they can listen to you on Saturday.
Well, it's actually on Sundays at 6 p.m.
Oh, Sunday, okay.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and it's on 1610 WBGS.
Oh, very good. That's great.
But it's archived on my website.
We'll have you on next Tuesday, so stay tuned and be with us then, okay?
All right. I hope all your electronic stuff gets fixed.
Well, it'll be okay. Not to worry. Thank you, PT. We love you.
All right.
Keep the faith.
Love you too. All
right, folks, we'll be right back after this message from our sponsors, which is 41 seconds away. My fault. Let's take a look at Apple. Everybody wants to see Apple. Most actively traded stock in the world by everybody, I guess. Let's see if we've stayed above that 57 level. That was the spot. We're at 53. It hasn't really done much. It's been here, folks. For how many days we've been at this level in Apple? We've been here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days here at this level. There might be either some support or distribution. We'll probably know in the next 2 or 3 days. So this is a Tuesday. We got 3 more days to go. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these words.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, I've had several requests to go over this euro. Okay, now we took out the highs of September 4th by 1 pip, folks. 1 pip. In other words, that went higher than that by 1 pip, and here's where we are now. There's your ABCD at that number, okay? So it looks to me like we're getting ready to go lower. Now, if we get above this level right here, you take a $300 loss, and we'll look at it again. But this is one of those times, just like everything else that we do, it could be very, very important, because let's go back and take a look at this. We got to do something with the U.S. dollar here because it's very important. Here's the weekly chart. All right, now this is the weekly euro. All we're going to do now is, because this is so important here, we're going to go all the way out to the monthly chart. The number of times I see a monthly chart, folks, almost never. But one of our colleagues here, an expert trader out of Switzerland, he runs all the banking for all the United Swiss Bank and the Bank Loy and all the others. I'm teasing him here a little bit. Anyway, you can see here we've got a monthly chart of an ABCD right at that price, which is almost exactly at the 382. You see why this is so important now? This is all the stuff that you really want to look for. But this is an ABCD, and folks, it's a flat-out bear market. The euro used to be, when I got married, I went for a honeymoon in Italy. Okay, I paid $9 for a Coke. Yeah. That's how expensive it was at that time. That was March of 2008. Okay, and here we are. We came all the way down to 96, and there we are now. This is a bearish market. This means that the euro might not make it longer term. In fact, if we were to just take this trend line and just draw it straight through to see if it's going to be pretty close to that, it would be almost right at a downtrend line. You can see it. There it is right there. No. Pause again. God darn it. Bear with me here a second. I don't know what's wrong. Everybody's talking because it says it stopped streaming and I didn't do anything different, but we're going to get it. I know you do, TS, so hang on here. We'll get this up here, get the entire screen here. Hopefully this is it. All right. Hope when you see everything, Tammy, just ping me that everything's okay. If not, don't say anything and I'll hang up. Anyway, there's what we're looking at right here. This is it. Right where we are now, folks. Not very often it's right on the air like we are, but this is it. This is where we want to be. And got in. I put my stop a little too close on that. I didn't do the monthly chart. Had I done the monthly chart, I would have had a lot wider stop on that. But I think this has got a chance for something really big. Let's just double check the British pound because, oh no, not again. This is where I throw in the towel. No. I don't know what else to do. I'm going to try it one more time. I do it exactly the same way every time, but sometimes it doesn't like me. All right, we're going to try it here right now. Okay, there's what we're looking at here. Now, all I'm going to do now is take a look at the British pound. And we're going to look at this on the long-term picture too. We're going to do that on the monthly. We're going to do this on the monthly too. So here's the British pound on a monthly. All right. And this is the British pound. Oh, well, can you see the charts? That's the whole thing. Can you see the charts? That's the problem. If you can see the charts, I'll be happy. My face, not so much. All right, there's the British pound. Not as clear as the euro. The euro's clear as that one bites you in the rear end. But let's look at the British pound here. I've got to increase it here a little bit. Hold on just a second here. Refresh it a monthly. I got to certainly refresh it. So there's where we are. Now see, this doesn't have a clear pattern like like we do in the euro. The euro is just perfect, and it should be perfect because the euro is the largest traded thing in the world, bigger than anything, bigger than the bond market. Nothing can be bigger than that except the euro. And speaking of that, we're seeing charts finally. Amen. Speaking of bonds, let's get up here and take a look at them. We went short the bonds again up at the 382. Let's drive it in. There's where we sold it at 382. It went to the 50%. Our stop was right above here. It's working, but again, not by very much, but keep your stop working. You went up there in 2 different hours to get to that area, and it didn't get it stopped out. The stop was at 08. It went to 07. So keep your stop working at 08. If we lose on that, it's a couple $100. Right now, it doesn't even have 2 Starbucks coffees in it. Well, it's got $120. No big deal. Keep your stop working above that. Longer term, these bonds are really, really bearish, folks. Looking at this weekly chart, this thing is getting just had that number right here. Remember, that was a 618. You saw it on the daily. Put the daily up to see that. You'll see it quickly. There's where we are. And the rally back was 382. That's what that was. That's why we were doing it. Let me refresh it here. Had a little bit of a thing here today. Yeah, there's the refresh coming in right there. And there was your 382 where we sold it. And there was our stop right above there. So that's what you're supposed to do. Whether it's going to be right or not, I don't know, but nobody else does either. And that's what makes it fun doing this stuff. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to shift gears and we're going to go look at something that has not been working for quite some time and has continued to be not working, and that is the December December soybean meal. Okay, we bought this down here at 73.60. Okay, there it is right there. We had a little bit of a rally. Our stop is at 69. Now, the old low here was 72, so we'll probably take that out. My stop is below this because that's the A, B, C, D number right there at 71. So I bought it $2 higher. That's okay because I want to be a farmer. We took out all of these stops, as you can see, and we're there again. Maybe it'll start to capitulate to the downside, and we might even get to 271, but our stop has got to be at 269, okay? So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be watching to see if it holds this level with my stop at 269. And that's the way I'm looking at it. Whether I'm right or not, I don't know, but that's what I have to do because I only follow the rules that actually start to work. That's really what I'm looking at. Hopefully sometimes they work better than others, and that's it. This is the Russell. As you can see, we're making a pretty good ABCD here in the Russell today. So that should be a little bit of a bottom here. In the Russell, if it's going to hold this level, and then we'll see if it's going to have a rally. All right, now there are other markets. Let's look at the NASDAQ because it's been the leader of the pack. I'm going quickly here because we got a lot to cover. Here's the NASDAQ. We'll put the hourly up so we can see it here. You can see it's given hardly any back. As a matter of fact, hasn't even made even a slight ABCD. Let's clear it up here, and we'll see how far we've come back from the low. And the low so far has been right between the 382 and 50%, doing very, very little. Now, remember, this is only about 20 stocks out of the 100 NASDAQ stocks, but these stocks are, they're really expensive, Oracle and Microsoft and all the others. So that's why it's so very, very expensive. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at. I hope that makes sense, and we'll just not even worry about it from that point of view, but that's what we're looking at right now. I think we have enough for one more stock to look at. I don't, but we'll be right back. See, they don't even bother to tell me. Boy, gee whiz.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the euro. It started to work. If you wanted to be really safe, you could put your stop right up here. I'd give it a little bit more room because this has potential to be something really big, folks. And again, remember, I'm only right about 20% of the time, so protect yourself at all times. I went through the monthly chart. I went through the weekly chart. This will all be covered in the weekly newsletter that'll come out on Sunday, but I'll be doing a little bit tomorrow and a little bit on Thursday and a little bit on Friday following this trade because it does have great potential. Remember, we were buyers of the euro way down here. You remember that 382? So we went all the way up here. We've taken out these highs. This market should have exploded above there, and it really didn't do that. And that's related to that monthly chart that our good friend Mr. JC from Geneva?
JS from Schaffhausen, Switzerland.
Schaffhausen?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to tell you a story about that. Hold on, here's the long-term monthly right here. There it is right there. There was the monthly high. So this has got a chance for some real action, folks. So that's why I'm watching it here right now. I will share the story that I have about Beatrice Schaffhausen on tomorrow's show. You guys will get a big kick. I got a minute or two. I was being interviewed in the Wall Street Journal in Geneva in 1988 because of my book Astro Cycles. And this beautiful reporter from the Wall Street Journal was interviewing me, and being a bachelor like I was using every trick in the book to try to get her to take me to dinner. And she said, well, I already have someone to take me to dinner, and I'd like to introduce you to him. I said, well, okay, since I don't have any chance. So she finished the interview in about an hour and a half. We walk in the lobby. There she was with her boyfriend, with his 3 bodyguards. It was Francois Mitterrand, the president of France. So you can't make that up, but it's a true story. And she picked him over me, believe it or not. I can't believe it. Just to this day, I'm shaking my head and wondering why. All right, we'll see you folks tomorrow, folks, and may God bless and live every day in an attitude of gratitude.